So the next property is a flip. We got the offer for the property a week before South Africa went into hard lockdown, and it is from a deceased estate, and the price was right, timing was right. Lockdown was just not planned for. We knew something was coming, but we never saw it coming because clearly it was unprecedented. So this is days 1 and 2 of the project. So at this point we've already established what needs to go, what doesn't, what we don't want, what needs to stay. And at this point we were really just gardening. We were glorified gardeners. The approach I took on this project was to sort the outside out before you start the inside, because if you can manage one thing, you can manage the next thing. And I'm glad I took this approach on this property because it was a lot more manageable to do the garden first than it was to do the inside, and the inside has taken most of the time. So this specific tree has a woodpecker that is actually staying in it, and has bred 2 sets of babies in the time that we've owned the property. And we wanted to chop the tree off, but the woodpecker just came back and was very territorial, so the tree is still standing up until today. On the left hand side you can see a big palm tree. That palm tree has been chopped. The roses on the left has been taken out, the rubble's been removed, the roof on top had layers of dead leaves on top of it. At this point the previous owners are busy moving out, and the trees on the right hand side where the wall is, there where the drums are, have already been chopped off, as you can see, the day before. And this is the swamp. So we pulled thousands of toads and paras and bullfrogs out of here. It was actually shocking, the amount of stuff that came out of here. We didn't find any fish though. That was a bit of a why moment, but everything else, dartboard against the wall, got taken off. So going to the back here, we pulled out 2 big dustbins of bottles, glass bottles, out of this back garden, buried up until a foot deep into the ground. No idea how they got there, other than the fact that they were there. And it took us a good 3 days to get that out. There you can see under those wood piles are bottles. In that drum was bottles, glass bottles. There you can see some of the glass bottles lying there. The plumbing system has been rebuilt. The glass has been removed. The drain system was removed. It was an absolute nightmare. That caravan took us a good 2 days to get out, because we had to manually carry it. It took 5 guys to turn that thing on its side after breaking it down to a shell, removing the axles and everything, and then carrying it out. So we're about to go into the house. So if the yard was any indication, would come. Here's the worst part. So when we bought the house, the idea was to knock down the walls, rip out carpets, ceilings, and everything. Start with a brand new shell. We could have saved some of the stuff, but in the hindsight, it was better just to get rid of it and start afresh, because the doors were beyond repair. The windows, 95% of the windows in the bathrooms were done, was gone. The paint they used was enamel for the inside of the house, so that was a bit of a issue. It took copious amounts of patience to get that done. So yeah, you can see the arch. This was old garage. Somebody slept in this room. There was also a bar in this room. The floor was sunk 1 foot down, so we did remove the bar. Behind those windows were the bathroom, like an exterior toilet. As such, that has been taken out. The bar's been removed. There was a cockroach nest behind that bar of note. There you can see the outside slightly. This arch has been removed. The brickwork to the left has been knocked out. The front door is gone. That gives you just an indication of the level of dirt. So this was I'm not even sure how many days of packing and moving for them, and this was everything that was left after they moved the stuff that they wanted. There you can see some of the green enamel. There on the right hand side you can actually see the dirt from movement over the years. The carpets were beyond anything of salvageable, so they obviously got ripped out. This is a baby blue. There you can see the plug system, the electrical wiring system. The ceiling, oddly enough, I managed to save. The light didn't get saved, obviously. The doors we just repainted, new doorknobs. The palmets got taken out way past due. The shrubs on the outside of that wall has actually grown so much in the last 2 years, you will not recognize it. It's just completely different. When you originally bought the place, you could see that my hands were going for the windows. We were going to remove these windows and square them out just to modernize the house. But after getting the house stripped and clean and neat, they actually started growing on us, and they got to a point where we actually were enjoying the round windows, because who's got round windows? So there's the one bathroom. We'll get back to that shortly. This is the middle room, the pink room. Pink room with the yellow ceilings. So at some point the geyser burst in this room. There you can see the burst geyser, and the ceiling never got replaced. The carpets got ripped out at some point, and this baby pink, no idea what the plan was behind it, was just something. It took 3 coats to get rid of the baby pink. It's not halfway as bad as the main bedroom, but it was a mission. That door's been painted, so that looks a lot better. All the plugs, the light fittings has been upgraded in the house. And here is the blue room. So yet again, enamel got used, and it was a mission. That took 2 or 3 coats of undercoat, followed by 3 or 4 coats of the paint we used, and then on top of that there was little spots everywhere that the paint just didn't attach to, no matter what we did. Eventually we sanded those pieces down and we replastered that. There you can see the swamp. The first year in the house, until we did the swamp, the mosquitoes actually ate us up while working. It was something to witness. Then the cupboards were in a hideous state. The smell inside the cupboards were something to witness, really badly. All of the light fittings got replaced with downlights, so that was quite a big upgrade. And here is the first bathroom, the main bathroom ensuite. So at this point, the toilet was flushing, it was clean. The basin was flushing and working, and the bath, I would not be able to tell you whether it was working or not working, as I've never had the guts. I would say something else, but I never had the guts to actually attempt to use the bath. So the bath was the first thing to go. That has now been replaced by a shower. The glass has been upgraded. These little mirrors, hi YouTube. The mirrors were removed. There was a beehive actually below one of these baths. I think it's in the other bathroom if I'm not mistaken. But there was a full-blown beehive, and we had to get a beekeeper out to come remove the bees. So the only thing that survived it was the mixer, the basin and pedestal. I said I needed to keep something of the original property in place, but that's about the only thing that survived in that bathroom, other than the window itself. Okay, let's go back. So there you can see some of the floors. Yeah, at this point I was still very shocked about the blue, because when we saw the house, all the curtains were drawn. We bought a shell, not quite knowing what was going on in the shell, and then we only realized the full extent of what needs to be done the day we got, well, this day. So there you can see these pipes running through is actually the warm water supply from a gas geyser. So they broke the window to put a pipe through the wall to supply water to the bath, and we still have that geyser. Actually, oddly, I managed to salvage it and get it to work the way it's supposed to work. All of the doors got replaced. These roses got taken out. The door frames, they were steel, so they were salvageable. We just gave them a nice fresh lick of paint, and there you can get an idea of what's happening in the kitchen. Yet again, all of these stuff, not sure whether they got kept, whether it was donated, and there's the kitchen. So with this kitchen, the whole kitchen got ripped out. This window on the right hand side got bricked up. That is now the new TV wall. That door eventually got closed. It took us a full year to get the builder to close that up. Just not a priority. There's so much going on that wasn't a priority. And so yeah, so this is the before. We'll do the after in a week or two. I'm going to do 1 or 2 videos on what the house looked like during the process and all of those things. So if you haven't subscribed, like the channel, and this is what we'll be doing on our channels going forward.